Asmir, hello. A new competition. Do you feel this could be the start of changing things around after what's happened so far?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're all looking forward to it. It's always a big night, getting the Champions League campaign underway, and with a good performance and a good result, it could really steer us in the right direction and kick our season on. So we're very much looking forward to it.
For you personally, what does it mean to be playing the Champions League?
It's very special. Obviously, it's the highest level of club football. You work a long time to get to this sort of level and play against the best and test yourself against the best at the highest level. So I'm really excited, honoured, and obviously very much looking forward to it and helping this team get a good result.
There's all sorts of theories as to why Chelsea aren't performing as well as they did last year. I know you're a newcomer to a degree, but what are your thoughts about what's happened so far in terms of how you might be able to turn it around?
Well, I think there's a lot of factors that go into what's happened so far. I don't think it's as easy as pointing onto one thing. But ultimately, we know we're not satisfied with the situation. I think all the guys are very much motivated to get things turned around and steer us in the right direction. And that's obviously moving up in the league and generally improving our results. So, it's a difficult situation, but we've got great characters and good leaders here to really steer us in the right direction and help us kick on.
Can you still retain the Premier League title, do you think, or is 11 points now too big a gap even at this early stage?
No, I think we're going to take it step by step. I think there's still a long way to go. A lot of things can happen, especially in the Premier League, being the most competitive league in the world. So many things can happen. We're going to take it step by step. First and foremost, we have a big game tomorrow. We want to get a Champions League campaign started on the right note, and that's with 3 points. And then we'll focus on the Premier League again on the weekend and try and claw back those points and put pressure on the other teams.
And just finally from me, how would you assess the mood within the players at the moment? Suggestion that things are very serious for Trump here. I mean, what would you say?
Well, I think, listen, we're disappointed. Like I've said, the mood wasn't great after the loss on Saturday. We all want to win. We're all winners. Everyone wants to win football matches. So when you lose, it's disappointing. But we've had a couple of days to dust ourselves down, focus, regroup, and focus on the next game. And ultimately, we're a very motivated group to really turn things around and push Chelsea and this team where it belongs, and that's with the best teams in the world, and it's at the top of the table as well.
Ben? Asmir, at the weekend, Jose said he didn't blame the players for the start of the season. As a group, do you have to take some of the responsibility for the start of the season? Absolutely. I think everyone will look at themselves first and foremost and see what they could do better. Like I said, a lot of factors have kind of gone into the start of the season, and it's difficult to pinpoint one thing, but we'll, as all individuals, look at ourselves first and foremost, see what we can do better, and I think that's the main part. We have to work harder, play better, and the results will improve. Mourinho's always been a great motivator of players. I'm sure you found that since you've come in. Has anything changed in the dressing room as the results have got worse, as the start of the season has kind of become a bigger issue? No, not at all. I think the manager's led from the front from the first day. I mean, I've only worked with him for the last couple of months, and he's definitely motivated as much as ever, I think. And we've prepared well. Everything's going really well. It's just in certain times in games things haven't gone our way, and we're not going to feel sorry about ourselves. I think the manager's going to keep leading us, and things will turn around. We have confidence that it will, and we'll work even harder to make sure that happens. And in the dressing room, do you welcome kind of an open sharing of opinions, disagreements? Is that natural in the dressing room? Is that something that should be kind of embraced? Absolutely. Listen, like I said, there's good characters, good leaders here, guys who've been around football a long time and seen many things, and it's also about them voicing their opinions, making sure that things are being said that need to be said, and guys will listen, and we'll follow those guys, and collectively we'll pitch in together and make sure it's the best possible atmosphere in and around the group.
Yes, sir.
Asmir, I met you three months ago in Zenica before the game against the Israel national team. You are the only player in Chelsea that faced 7 players from Maccabi Tel Aviv. You said then that Tal Ben Chaim and Ran Zehavi are the best players of the national team. What do you think about Maccabi Tel Aviv best players?
I think those 2 players are probably up there again as their best players. We know that Maccabi's a strong team. They deserve to be where they are. They deserve to be part of the Champions League and earn their way up to the group stages. So we know collectively they're a good team. They have a good manager. So it's going to be a good test for us. And having played against a couple of those players, I've experienced playing against some of the Israeli players. But tomorrow I think it's all about us and how we prepare and make sure that we collectively as a group put in a great performance and get the result that we want.
Okay. Yes, Andy.
Hi, Asmir. Can you just tell us a little bit about the call into action, if you like. You're number two. Thibaut gets injured on the training ground. All of a sudden, you're chucked right into the probably the most perilous position, in the team at the moment. How it's been for you trying to adapt to that from being the reserve to suddenly being right in the thick of it.
Well, I mean, it's first of all, foremost, it's a mental thing. So you have to prepare each and every game like you're going to play. I understood sort of the situation as it was beginning of the season, but I've played all games in pre-season, and if things have turned out at the beginning of the season and with the national team, so I've kept in a good rhythm in terms of match practice. So that's never been an issue, and then you just kind of go out and play. The manager gives you confidence to perform. So from that point of view, I feel comfortable with the team. I've been around the guys for a couple of months now, so we're getting to understand each other better each and every day. And for me, it's just about going, playing, doing your job, and focusing on that.
Does it take time to get settled in into that role, or are you not allowed time?
No, there's not really time. You just go and crack on with it, to be honest. I'm enjoying the experience, the exposure, and playing for this team. So that's the main thing. And there's not really too much time to think about anything else. It's just about doing your job and helping this team get results.
Tony, yep.
As when you have a run of results like this, these vastly experienced players, you've got some of the best players in Europe in this squad. Does it affect them confidence-wise? I mean, is there a lack of confidence in the squad, even with players like of this calibre?
I think the overall confidence levels are still pretty good. I think there's always going to be a little bit of a hit on confidence when things aren't quite going your way. But like you said, if you are experienced and you've seen the game, I've been in the game long enough that you understand that this is part of football and part of sports in general, that there will be dips in form and things are not going to quite go your way as they maybe have before. So from a collective standpoint, I think confidence levels are still pretty good. And like I said, a couple more results, a couple good results will get confidence level up to a very high level, and we'll push on from there.
Adrian.
How is it for you coming into the group as it is now? Obviously, if you come in last year, obviously everyone would have been flying. I mean, how difficult has it been for you coming into this situation where form's not been great, results have not been great?
Well, first of all, it's been great being part of this group. For coming into this club, it's been great from the first minute. The whole experience, I've enjoyed that. But the difficult, obviously, side of it has been the results and that side of things. But I've been around the game a certain amount of years. I've gathered experiences through different teams and teams I've been part of in the past. So you just kind of understand that it's part of something you have to go through. I think it's going to make us stronger going forward. And it's a test of character, but we're all very, like I said, too much together, and it's something that will make us stronger going forward.
Neil.
Asmir, the manager said that the club, you're still champions, still Premier League champions. I know you weren't here last season. When you walk into that dressing room, is there still an aura about it? Do you feel like this club and this team are champions?
Absolutely. I think that's something that we can't forget. I think that the group, what they've achieved the last year, being champions and obviously cup winners, is an important thing to remember. And I think there's no reason for us not to play with confidence. We have some of the best players in the world that will know how to get results and keep performing. And obviously it's difficult, kind of me walking in being a new guy at times, but maybe I can bring a different kind of atmosphere into it and help the group get out of this. But we're more than confident the guys will we'll keep once they keep playing and fighting through, we'll get to the levels they need to be.
I know that you came here because you wanted to work with Jose Mourinho. What have you seen in him these last few weeks during these difficult periods that marks him out as a top-class manager?
Well, just the way he goes about his business each and every day, how he deals with players, his honesty with players, his coaching techniques, methods. I think from the outside looking in, I always thought he was the best manager in the world, and you can see now working in each and every day what makes him the best manager in the world, and I've certainly enjoyed it. The lads are enjoying every day, and I think we're very much together. We're behind him. I think it's difficult sometimes in football when things are not going your way, but we can't remember what this team is and what this team is really capable of.
Matt.
Asmir, what's it like now being at a club where everything is dissected daily?
Yeah.
Us on the TV and the radio, having been at a club, no disrespect, like Stoke, where they could get 4 points from 5 games, and outside Stoke, nobody would probably say anything.
Yeah, that's it's very different. It's a different experience, and it's part of the reason you want to come to a big club. You understand it comes with the territory. We're not going to shy away from that. We understand there's going to be critics and people saying things about us, and obviously when it's not going your way, it's all more negative. But when it's going your way, it's obviously a lot more positive. So we understand that those things come with the territory, and we're not going to let us affect too much, and we're basically going to crack on with our jobs and make sure we start getting the results and the performance that we want.